Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
And coming up with the news, many of you found out today Facebook and Instagram are down worldwide. Tonight, a closer look at why. Also hear from the Huskers as they get ready to take on number 9 Michigan this Saturday. But first,
the energy of the Huskers fans is something I don't think I've ever seen.
Husker Nation putting on quite a show for some special visitors over the weekend. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. Megan Conway has the night off. Who's ready to go to Ireland? The Huskers are going to take on Northwestern next August in Dublin. Meanwhile, representatives from Ireland were in Lincoln this weekend, and they're promoting the game. And boy, did they get a feel for Husker Nation. Channel 8's Alexa Skineski joins us now with more. Alexa?
Yeah, that's right. Kevin Byrne says in Ireland they consider themselves the land of 100,000 welcomes, and the Irish are ready to do just that next year to all Husker fans for the big game. August 27th, 2022 will be a game Husker fans will never forget. The Cornhuskers will be facing off against the Northwestern Wildcats all the way across the pond in Dublin, Ireland. Kevin Byrne, the Consul General of Ireland based in Chicago, says Dublin is ready to welcome Nebraska fans with open arms.
What we're hoping is that the Husker fans will turn the Aviva Stadium, which is right in Dublin city centre, into a sea of red. So the stadium seats about 50,000 folks.
Byrne traveled to Nebraska this past weekend to check out everything the Good Life has to offer, including a trip to Memorial Stadium on game day, which blew him away.
I just have to say, folks in Ireland are in for a real treat. The energy of the Huskers fans is something I don't think I've ever seen in my lifetime. It was phenomenal being in the stands. And feeling the energy and support for the Cornhuskers on the field. The stadium's incredibly impressive, 90,000.
The big game next year is the start of a new series Ireland is launching to be the home of college football in Europe. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will consist of a new game every August in Dublin. And what better team to start this whole adventure off than the Huskers?
The Cornhuskers are fans like no other, and what better way to show Ireland and Dublin the strength and the pageantry and the support that fans have for their teams than to bring over the Cornhuskers. And then why Northwestern? Well, Chicago is a very Irish city. They turn the river green, so we thought we'd be able to give a great welcome to both teams.
During Byrne's trip, he was also presented a couple awards by Governor Ricketts. Byrne is now an honorary Nebraska citizen and an admiral in the Nebraska Navy. He hopes that meeting with the governor and other Nebraska leaders will promote future trade relations. Now, if you're interested in seeing what the luck of the Irish can do for the Huskers, tickets and packages are already on sale. We have all of that information on our website, klkntv.com.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like Mr. Burns was quite impressed. I know some people are wondering how much it's going to cost to go see the game.
Yeah, Rod, there's all kinds of travel package deals available depending on how long you want to stay in Ireland.
Yeah, all right. Well, first things first, we got to take on Michigan this Saturday, and Kelsey joins us now with more on what to expect. All right, Kelsey?
Yeah, I guess we're going to give the football update right now as Nebraska looks to host another night game this Saturday against Michigan, but everyone was still talking about that atmosphere at Memorial Stadium this past weekend as players are hoping for the same energy that's in store for this weekend's primetime matchup.
That feeling I felt in the stadium on Memorial, I don't know if I've felt that ever in my time here. You know, it was a great surge of energy. The team, I think the fans really approved and were excited about what they saw on the field from us. And we, oozed confidence as well on the sideline.
Big time. It's all about momentum. Having 90,000 screaming for you, not against you, is definitely an advantage. So everything on the field is going to take care of itself, but like the energy in the whole stadium, it feeds off of itself. So that's going to be big time for us.
I thought Saturday was, other than the Akron game that we had one play, it was probably the best atmosphere I'd seen. Appreciate the fans for that. Imagine this one could be as good or better. So we need noise, we need help. Hope the fans are excited as we are.
And now ranked in the top 10, so Nebraska certainly has a challenge ahead coming off their first conference win. Kickoff is set for 6:30 right here on Channel 8. I'll have more on the matchup and what happened last time these two teams met coming up tonight at 6. Rod?
Thank you, Kelsey. Let's get to your first forecast. Chief Meteorologist John Dishauer standing by. And what a way to kick off the work week, John.
Lots of sunshine around the area. Good day to be taking sick days or maybe going outside for lunch because it was beautiful today with lots of blue skies. Temperatures, our second day this month to reach 80 degrees, which, by the way, Lincoln averages 4 80-degree days in the month of October. We are already halfway there. Beautiful view right now from Henderson along I-80. You can see there is not a cloud to be found anywhere in eastern Nebraska. Temperature-wise, it's 80 degrees right now in Lincoln. We made it to 82 degrees this afternoon. It is 82 right now in Central City, 83 in Grand Island, 82 in Hastings. We're holding on to 81 degrees right now in Beatrice. Here's a visible satellite image. Now, the sun's setting a little bit earlier. That's what makes the map look a little bit darker. But earlier on, you can see really nothing showing up at all. The closest clouds to eastern Nebraska right now are about 300 miles away, and those are off to the east, out towards the Quad Cities and into wet portions of Wisconsin. For the rest of this evening, we will keep clear skies, 66 degrees by 8 o'clock, 60 degrees by 10 o'clock this evening. A couple things going on this evening that you'll be able to see in the skies of our eastern Nebraska. We'll talk about that, plus how much longer this nice dry weather continues. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, John. Well, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are all down for millions of users across the United States. According to outage site Down Detector, both the mobile and web browser editions of the apps are not working. The outages come shortly after a whistleblower came forward claiming the company could do more to protect against hate speech and misinformation. Here's ABC's Eyewitness.
She's a data scientist and former Facebook product manager.
I realized, okay, I'm going to have to do this in a systemic way, and I have to get out enough that no one can question that this is real.
Frances Haugen, admitting she was the person who released tens of thousands of pages of internal Facebook research documents that she claims show the social media giant amplifies hate and spreads misinformation and political unrest, and that the company knows and hides it. Haugen, now a whistleblower, alleges the documents also show that Instagram, which the company also owns, harms teenage girls, citing one Facebook internal study that says 13.5% of teenage girls say Instagram makes thoughts of suicide worse.
There were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook. And Facebook over and over again chose to optimize for its own interests, like making more money.
Haugen, who Facebook recruited in 2019, was hired under the stipulation that she'd work against misinformation, ultimately being assigned to the Civic Integrity Division of the company, tasked to stop the spread of misinformation ahead of the 2020 election. But she claims that division was disbanded shortly after, a decision she believes led to the January 6th insurrection.
And that really feels like a betrayal of democracy to me.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Facebook wrote, "Every day, our teams have to balance protecting the ability of billions of people to express themselves openly with the need to keep our platform a safe and positive place. To suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true." After the Wall Street Journal interview, Facebook has now paused a plan to create an Instagram platform solely for children. Frances Haugen is scheduled to testify in front of a Senate committee on Tuesday. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Other national news now. Today, President Biden urged Republicans to get on board with raising the debt ceiling. The deadline is coming up on October 18th for the government to possibly run out of money to pay its bills.
Raising the debt limit is about paying off our old debts. There's nothing to do with any new spending being considered. There's nothing to do with my plan for infrastructure or building back better. Zero.
Now, if Congress misses the deadline, this will be the first time in history America will be unable to pay its debts. But now that Democrats are in control of the White House and Congress, the GOP is opposing the vote to raise the debt limit.
I need 50 votes in the Senate. I have 48.
Now, the general consensus is that failing to raise the debt ceiling would result in economic catastrophe, among many other things. It could freeze credit markets, halt government worker and military paychecks, stop Medicare payments, and cause some job losses. And while we're on the subject of the economy, let's take a look at the latest business headlines from today. With 3 months left in the year, investors are looking for clues about where stock markets may go after a tough September. The S&P posted its biggest monthly drop since March of 2020. More potential home buyers are having trouble affording mortgage payments. Historically low interest rates are being canceled out by fast rising home prices. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta now says the median American household would need to spend more than 32% of its income on a typical home. That's the most since November of 2008. With computer chips still in short supply around the world, the makers of medical devices say they should be at the front of the line. The Wall Street Journal says makers of MRI machines and blood sugar monitors have at times been successful in using the argument that their devices save lives to convince chip makers to fill their orders first. More airlines are now telling employees that they have to be vaccinated against the coronavirus. American, JetBlue, and Alaska Airlines all saying workers will have to get the shot by early December. And coming up on the news tonight, more Americans are making a change, how that can impact the economy. Coming up next on Channel 8 News.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Colonial Chapel Funeral Home.
Since the
We know a lot of people were laid off or let go in 2020 due to the pandemic, but now more and more workers are leaving their corporate jobs and becoming their own bosses. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez joins us with why we're seeing this trend grow. Ariana?
Yes, the pandemic allowed Americans to reevaluate their priorities, and so far, around 30% of people who left their place of employment this year have become their own boss. Mandy Brummels is the owner of a new business here in Lincoln called Live Hydration Spa. They offer IV hydration full of vitamins to help people feel their best. She decided to leave her corporate job to become her own boss.
we do have a lot of freedoms. And it still allows me, if I have to get the kiddo or do something family oriented or do something for my other business, I have that time freedom and that flexibility to be able to do that.
The pandemic gave many people the time at home to come up with an idea or to learn about what they need to do to own their own business. Tonight on the news at 6, I'll explain what industries new business owners are going into and how this change is causing businesses to become unique in what they offer for both their clients and their employees.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Ariana.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Lots of sunshine across the area today. This is a live look from Beatrice showing you no clouds at all to be found over the state of Nebraska as of right now. In fact, the closest clouds are about 300 miles off to the east, out towards the Quad Cities of Illinois and Iowa, as well as into Wisconsin. Temperatures today, we made it up to 82 degrees today in Lincoln. That is the warmest temperature for October 4th. In 8 years. And now as you look at the month of October, this is the warmest start to the month in 4 years. 80 degrees is the current temperature at the state capitol. 81 in Beatrice, it's 83 in Hebron, 83 degrees in Grand Island, and 82 degrees in Hastings. This is just to confirm. This is looking at the visible satellite imagery, and as the sun gets a little bit lower each day, the map starts to get a little blacker sooner or darker sooner, but you can see earlier on in the afternoon where we've got clear skies overhead. Now if you pull out your phone and if you look at some of the radar apps, you may be noticing there's some precipitation showing up around the area. That is not the case. Just as we had mentioned on Friday and Thursday of last week, we've got a lot of bird migration going on. We've got the radar turned into its super sensitive mode, and you can see around some of the area lakes we're picking up on some birds in the air, or at least some biological returns coming in, most likely in the form of some birds. And the radar is scanning about 1,500 to 2,000 feet above the ground at that point to see some of those. But you can also see some returns out along area waterways. This is looking out towards the Platte River from Grand Island, Kearney, and out towards Lexington, and we're seeing some of those returns likely as birds are out there beginning to roost and getting ready to take off for their evening flights. You'll see the bird migration forecast for this evening. Now the highest concentration will be to the east across Missouri, down through Arkansas. It's hard to see on the map because it's so bright. That's because that's how highly intense, or the intensity is supposed to be for the bird migration for tonight. But you can still see in eastern Nebraska, we're still talking medium to high levels of migration. So birds will likely be out there flying this evening. The other thing flying, if you head out this evening, visible for 5 minutes, starting at 8:23, will be the International Space Station flying overhead. A perfect night for it with no clouds to be seen. Temperatures will be comfortable. It'll start in the west-northwestern sky and then exit off to the southeast. So it's a good activity. Grab the kids, head outside. It doesn't start late. It doesn't start early. Look up that direction and you'll notice a solid white dot, and that'll start to come across the sky. And again, for 5 minutes, starting at 8:23 this evening. For the rest of this evening, temperatures pretty comfortable. Upper 60s by 8 o'clock, 60 degrees by 10. We'll once again drop back down tomorrow morning into the 40s like this morning, maybe a degree or two warmer, but still right around our normal temperature for this time of the year. 48 degrees is what I'm forecasting in Lincoln. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., temperatures will start to rise as we head towards noon with sunny skies. Temperatures back into the low 70s. As we head towards the afternoon, I don't think we'll quite make it to 80 degrees, but we will come close, I think, tomorrow afternoon, even with all the sunshine around. I think we'll probably get up to right around 79 degrees in Lincoln, 78 in Beatrice, perhaps even up to 80 degrees out towards the Grand Island. A light wind out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. An upper level low is positioned down to the south. It's going to slowly move up to the north-northwest. It's going to try to bring some showers our way, maybe an isolated shower possible on Thursday. Then when we start drying out, we're watching another weather system that starts to take more of a northerly track. Ahead of it, we're going to start to warm things up on Saturday, back up into the mid-80s. It's also going to turn very windy for both Saturday and Sunday as that cold front comes through the area Sunday, bringing with it a lot of wind. I don't think we'll see much in the form of precipitation initially, but I think as we go into early next week, we'll start to see that chance for rain. 86 degrees is what I'm forecasting on Saturday. 74 degrees on Sunday. Still not too bad with some sunshine outside. Rain returns to the forecast starting on Monday, drying out Tuesday, and then a chance for another stronger storm system coming our way middle of next week, potentially, that could bring some storms our way, perhaps Wednesday night.
Boy, for the next few days, really enjoy it, right?
That's right. Perfect early October weather.
You bet. Thank you so much, John. October is Black Maternal Health Month here in Nebraska, and according to the CDC, the U.S. has a rising mortality rate that impacts black mothers the most.
Black birthing folks are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes and 2 times more likely to experience severe complications from birth. The CDC says it's one of the widest racial disparities in women's health. Nebraska ranks 19th in maternal mortality. According to a study done by the Division of Public Health and the Department of Health and Human Services, minority populations reported higher percentages of inadequate prenatal care than the white population. About 25% of African Americans reported inadequate prenatal care. This month, I Be Black Girl is bringing awareness to the disparities.
How do we make space for Black women and birthing folks to feel validated in their experiences, to feel like that there is a community to talk about whatever those experiences are?
Organizers say more light has been shed on these experiences through celebrities, but it's important to know experiences vary.
It's important to uplift, right? Like the celebrities that have shown light on this issue in a different way have a ton of resources. So imagine the folks that don't have as many resources and what stories don't get uplifted. Our birthing experiences are very varied. And to Christian's point, the severe near deaths that we experience are what is really the piece that I think that is missing from some of the storytelling. So it's not just that we are dying in childbirth, but we are having instances of losing our reproductive system after childbirth.
Advocates say while Black birthing folks can die from birth, it's also conditions like hemorrhaging, cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, preeclampsia, and more. They say many of these problems can be prevented, but
we are living in a world that is stacked up against us. We still have systemic racism in the United States, and that experience of dealing with systems, whether it's financial, educational, access to healthy foods, transportation, all that takes a toll.
They say until systemic racism is addressed, Black birthing folks will not see improvement. Until policies change, advocates want those experiencing pregnancy to know their power.
And I Be Black Girl will have events and online sessions all month about data, breastfeeding, racism, and more. Their keynote speech will kick off tomorrow, and you can find the registration link on the Links We Mentioned tab on our website, klkntv.com. Here's a look at Wall Street today. It was not good. The Dow Jones down 324 points. NASDAQ also taking a hit, down 311. We'll be right back.
This week, how soon before a new COVID pill? And when will there be a vaccine for children? Plus, why repairs to roads, bridges, broadband, and American jobs are on the line. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the #1 newscast on television.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress just for you right here in our locally owned store. Custom made to your specific needs. We can even build his side different than hers if you prefer. Backed with our lifetime comfort guarantee.
Don't miss the Bigger Bed, Smaller Price sales event going on now. A king bed for price of a queen. A queen bed for price of a twin. Savings up to $500.
Come see us. Comfort Made Mattress Factory on 27th Street, just north of Superior, right next to PetSmart.
My name is Tad Hanneborg. I am the president of the DNA Event Center. All of our lights, all of our Wi-Fi, our sound systems, all of the clocks we run for our wrestling tournaments are all powered by Allo. Helps us get to the common goal of making sure we have success in all of our events. They're at all of the events and they're backing all of the teams, and their kids go to all of our schools, and a lot of those employees are big parts of our community. I believe that we're really fortunate to have Allo in our community.
Lincoln Lock & Safe is your local Liberty Safe dealer. A Liberty Safe offers proven protection from fire, burglary, and even tornadoes. Come by Lincoln Lock & Safe to view a wide selection of Liberty Safes in our safe showroom. Lincoln Lock & Safe, located south of downtown on 11th Street.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites, and always a smile.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take
West Virginia, a couple got to relive their wedding day over the weekend. After 75 years of marriage, Ulysses and Lorraine Dawson celebrated their love for each other in front of 5 generations of the family they created, celebrating how far they've come and the love that started it all. Ulysses even donned his World War II uniform, the same one he was wearing for their first wedding back in 1946. And I saw a little bit more of this, and she was saying, the bride was saying, that it is a 50-50 relationship in marriage. It's not 80-20, she said. So get along and don't sweat the little stuff. So some good advice.
And you know, with 5 generations, that gives you an instant audience for this ceremony.
Right, exactly. So let's get a final check of the weather, John.
Yeah, I wanted to show you once again. I know a lot of people finding this interesting is seeing what's showing up on radar. If you pull up your phones to try to look at it, you're seeing little green blobs. These are actually birds migrating across the state. This is again the forecast for this evening. It's estimated to have about 41 million birds flying overhead, or make that 418 million birds flying through the central United States, all moving down to the south. The concentration or the intensity around here is forecast to be moderate to high this evening.
All right, thank you, John. Thank you for joining us. World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Stop by Comfort Made Mattress Factory today and save up to $500 with our bigger bed, smaller price sales event. Locally owned Comfort Made Mattress Factory, 27th.
Closed captioning